second preliminary round. So there is Almaz Orozbekov. And up into the blue corner, right next to my commentary position, is the familiar figure of Hovhannes Bachkov, 33 years of age now. And here in Ring B at the round of 32, he beat Wiseman Kavondo of Kenya with a second round stoppage. A very impressive display indeed for the man who has claimed 4 consecutive World Championship bronze medals. They were all at light welterweight between Hamburg 2017 and Tashkent 2023. Here he's competing at 67 kilogram welterweight on the global stage for the first time. The World Championships for the first time. So we're underway then. This is the contest between boxers from Kyrgyzstan and Armenia. The man wearing red is Kyrgyzstan's Almaz Orozbekov, just 19 years of age, getting to work behind straight punches, coming to this round of 16 encounter after a very good performance in a round of 32 to prevail over Bernardo Marime of Mozambique in a really hard-fought to and fro affair. Good right hand over the top from the man tucking up tightly behind that familiar high-held guard, and that is Hovhannes Bachkov, one of the most outstanding IBA 3-round boxers of his generation. Educated pressure is his hallmark, and he's looking to continue the outstanding career that he's had with those 4 consecutive World Championship medals. Of course, when he started winning World Championship medals back in Hamburg 2017, I was ringside to commentate on that tournament, and prize money was yet to be a thing. But it certainly has been for the editions of 2021 in Belgrade, Serbia, where he took a bronze, and his most recent run to the podium in 2023. And here the prize money has increased even further as he goes right hand to the head and a burst of punches to the body. And I just get the feeling that Orozbekov is being drawn into Bachkov's type of bout here. Can see he's the taller, longer boxer, but he's finding Bachkov living in his chest, trying to re-establish a gap. Takes another left hook to the body from Bachkov. Drives in a right cross and then changes angles in front of his man to dig a left hand to the body. Terrific. Oh, that's a cracking reverse 1-2. The right hand came first and the left jab snapped the head back of Orozbekov. And he's really working the body effectively. Orozbekov surely should be looking to employ movement here in a bid to keep this man off and snake out that long left jab. Easier said than done, of course, but he's electing to hold his feet as he takes another corkscrew left hand. And Bachkov, as he has done so often throughout his IBA career, just steadily dialing up the pressure. Here's a left uppercut. That was a nice shot a few moments ago from Orozbekov, and then he putting his punches together, but effective defense with the gloves from Bachkov. Still, the glove buffeting into his face to redden the right side of it, and he's continuing to explode out of that crouch. Nice movement from Orozbekov, just to turn the tables to get to the space of center ring. Beautiful right hand in between the gloves, followed by a shot to the body, but then now he's getting to work with the jab, Orozbekov, and just looking to find some precision on his punches. Very good response from Orozbekov after the middle portion of the round. Saw Bachkov drawing him into a close range contest. Very good adaptation in the closing stages for the man from Kyrgyzstan, but has it been enough to turn the round in his favor? Because I think that the man in the blue corner, Hovhannes Bachkov, got the better of the majority of the round before that adaptation towards the end, where Orozbekov just began to keep some room between himself as an opponent and his opponent by snaking out that left. But for the majority of the 3-minute session, it was Bachkov in that type of territory, corkscrew left hand, dropping down to the body, showing his variety and the art of pressure front foot boxing. I think it's enough to take the round. Remember, we have 5 scoring judges using the 10-point must system.
Seconds out.
Clean sweep of the cards for Hovhannes Bachkov in that first round.
Round 2.
So we move into the second round. Now, will Orozbekov be able to maintain the mid and long range boxing that he demonstrated towards the end of round number 1. Here in round number 2, he's trying to do exactly that by flicking out a jab to begin the session. Bachkov just remaining concentrated, but there a left jab snaked in between his gloves. Very active lead left hand to begin this second round from Orozbekov. And at the moment, he's doing a good job of keeping Bachkov at bay. He's remaining in the space of the ring. He's not retreating to the ropes as he did in the opening round. Very difficult to maintain boxing in a space though when you've got a man just continuing to apply pressure. And now Bachkov does back him up towards the ropes and he's beginning to blast away to the body once again. Can Orozbekov get back to the space of center ring that he began the first minute of this second round with? Oh, that's a good left hand to the body. It just doubled over Orozbekov. Then a right hand comes over the top, followed by a left hook. It's physical on the inside. Forearm going in from Orozbekov as he pushes his man off to try and re-establish the gap. Again, looking to establish those long, straight shots to maintain some distance between himself and Bachkov. But Bachkov into his territory once again. Left-hand successor, snapping the head back of Orozbekov. And now he's got him near the strands once more. Inconveniencing Orozbekov. His gloves are forced to touch down. And the action resumes. Now, Bachkov losing his footing and almost coming into contact with a referee. Good left hook to the body again from Bachkov. Nudging right hand over the top from Orozbekov. And again, Bachkov simply will not leave him alone. Really have to credit Orozbekov for the manner in which he's trying to maintain a gap between himself and his opponent. But Bachkov there all the time, right cross to the body. Left hook to the head is a grazing shot. And now he's totally square on the ropes, directly above my commentary position. Gets off the ropes, but he only retreats to another set on the other side of the ring. And this is Bachkov's wheelhouse all contest long. He will relish boxing in there. Orozbekov trying to meet and match him in that regard. But surely he's playing right into the game plan of Hovhannes Bachkov. Tokyo Olympic bronze medalist down at lightweight. Remember, there's different or fewer weight divisions in the Olympic Games nowadays, so he had to make that invidious choice as to whether to come down or come up, and he dropped down in Tokyo to come away with another podium finish as an Olympic bronze lightweight medalist. And here he is up at welterweight and looking incredibly strong, conducting himself in his customary manner, getting into his territory and digging away with arcing punches to both head and body. Well, again, you have to credit Orozbekov. He made the adaptation at the end of the first round in a bid to try and maintain some space between himself and his opponent. Tried to begin the second round in that vein, but the more we got through it, the more he was able to grind his way into his preferred distance of Hovhannes Bachkov. Again, I think it's enough to take the round, but Orozbekov certainly did better. From his perspective, he needs to convince 3 of the judges, because I don't think he's done enough to win it unanimously, but he perhaps does deserve a share of the round for the success that he was able to enjoy. But Bachkov, again, once he gets into his range, is a very accurate punch picker.
Seconds out.
So Bachkov has edged it on a 3-2 split. Judges 1 and 2 preferring the work of Orozbekov. And he just needed to do a little bit more, because now what that means is that Bachkov leads 18 points to 20 going into the final round. If Orozbekov had been able to convince one more judge that he did enough in round number 2, then we would have 3 tied scores of 19 points apiece. But as things stand, we only have 2 tied scores of 19 points apiece, which means that Orozbekov needs a massive final round if he hopes to progress through to the quarter-final stage. So he knows the mission. We have IBA live scoring here. Nice right uppercut underneath and a right cross over the top. Bachkov just keen to initiate a clinch, and look at the way he held onto the ropes to keep his man pegged against them. So Orozbekov being driven backwards after he enjoyed a good portion of the round. Bachkov, such a competitive boxer, knew that he was put on the end of a good shot, so he goes in search of his get back. So what can Orozbekov do to try and make Bachkov go backwards, be inconvenienced? He certainly possesses that in his locker, but his preferred mode of operation is to get on that front foot and test his opponent's mettle. So can Orozbekov keep the man away from him, push him back behind stiff, straight punches? Because right now Bachkov is right where he wants to be, up close and personal with Orozbekov as a left hand gets through defenses to snap his head back. And it's another toe-to-toe bout at present, and this suits Bachkov down to the ground. Right hook attempted around the corner, but Bachkov so comfortable in this type of territory. Orozbekov, again, I think he did his best work when he was able to maintain a gap between himself and his opponent, but here he is practically pinned in Bachkov's corner, and the two men are standing toe-to-toe and demonstrating the art of infighting. What a left uppercut from Bachkov. Good shots down to the body, and he's putting more leverage on them. There's a right hand over the top, landed with a bent elbow, and this is a terrific portion of the round for Bachkov. Sustained pressure that lasted for around 20 seconds, getting the better of the exchange. Good left hook to the body once again, and look at how it doubled over Bachkov. Orozbekov comes back with a right hand of his own. He's certainly in the contest and in the round, but he's not doing enough to win it. So what's the problem here? I think it's the belt line is no longer visible, and when you're in with a boxer like Bachkov, who works the body so effectively, and you need to see that belt line to help determine whether a blow is fair or foul. So despite being in a commanding position, there has been no let-up from Bachkov, putting punches together beautifully in the closing stages. Orozbekov trying to fire back, but the bell sounds to conclude round number 3, and that a very good display from the man in search of his 5th consecutive IBA World Championship medal here. 4 consecutive bronzes for Hovhannes Bachkov, down at light welterweight. Here he is up at welterweight, a new division, and he looks like the same guy, just a bigger, stronger version. Now, Almaz Orozbekov, just 19 years of age, remember, has acquitted himself very well indeed, but I think it's going to be a clean sweep, unanimous decision verdict in favor of the man in blue. He really responded well in the second round, did Orozbekov, but in the third round, Bachkov restored the dominance that he demonstrated, or restored the superiority he displayed in the first. Let's get the verdict.
Ladies and gentlemen, on ring B, your winner by unanimous decision. In the blue corner, representing Armenia, Hovhannes Bachkov.
So Hovhannes Bachkov, a unanimous point decision victor, and by the look of those scores, he took the final round unanimously after a terrific response by Almaz Orozbekov in round number 2 to take a share of it. Just got edged out 3-2, but a very impressive, efficient performance from Hovhannes Bachkov, and he goes through to the quarter-final stage at least $10,000 richer, and he will have designs on yet another victory to make it a quintet of consecutive World Championship medals.